Now, Prince Harry will jet back to Britain for a special ceremony at St Paul's Cathedral for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games on Wednesday. Now, while the Duchess of Sussex won't join her husband in the UK, the pair will be reunited for a trip to Nigeria later in the week. So will Harry reconcile with other members of the royal family during this whistle-stop trip to Britain? Well, joining me now is the royal commentator and biographer, Angela Levin. Angela, thank you for your company, as ever. Do you see any hope of any reconciliation right now, or do you think Harry will ostensibly just be in and out?
Well, I think he will be in and out, but that's possibly because nobody really wants to see him. King Charles will, because he's a father, and fathers love their children, even if they go way off and behave very badly. But I can't see how it can happen in the time he's here. Last time he was here very quickly and rushed out and saw his father for, some people say 20 minutes, some people say half an hour. But this time it's going to be particularly awkward because the service at St Paul's Cathedral is going to finish at 6 o'clock, which is exactly the time that the garden party, the first garden party of the year, which King Charles is going to go to, it also finishes at 6. Now, that lasts 4 to 6, the party. And if you imagine, he is vulnerable and he will go around shaking hands with goodness knows how many. I think 300 people are coming. He won't get round, which he usually does on these occasions. But I imagine that he's going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
And after that, he's going to have a talk with the Prime Minister. So I can't see how that can be squashed in. He's not going to see somebody very late. He used to go to bed very late, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., because he was working, but I don't think he will at all. I also know that Queen Camilla will not let Harry talk alone to his father. She was there last time. He can't be trusted, and I think King Charles is vulnerable. He might say something about his health, which you can absolutely bet will go around everybody because it will make Harry a lot of money. And I'm sorry to be so cynical, but I think that he is in a place that's really still full of resentment. He can't move on.
Yeah, Angela, I want to ask you about that because you haven't always been critical of Prince Harry, right? You've documented and followed him for many years now. I don't wish to sound impertinent. But no. I wonder, the Invictus Games, that was probably, I would argue, one of the greatest things that the Prince ever did, right, or has done and continues to do. Do you think actually the nation has forgotten that all too easily, or do we struggle to see past what the Prince has done?
Well, I was with Harry for 15 months to write his biography, 2017, 2018. And I thought he was gorgeous. He was wonderful. He was so clever. He made people who had been wounded in the Invictus Games feel that they could have a life. And he managed to do that somehow in 2 or 3 minutes with each of them. It was incredibly impressive. Meghan's arrived and all that's gone out the window, of course. Many of the people who were going to go to the next one, which is in Canada, have emailed me and said, can you do anything to stop them coming? Of course, I can't. It's not my business. But they feel that it's turning into a royal party. They don't like the fact that Meghan gives speeches now and that she walks in front of people who've won prizes at the Invictus Games, but who have been badly hurt in one way or another. And she walked in front as if she was at some Dior musical thing. And these people just don't like it. And they don't want her speeches, you know, that she's sorry she's 3 days late because she had to give her children a milk something with milk anyway. And I just think that they feel it's gone too much towards that and not enough to have its original aim, which is that you feel you can live again, you can do things.
Yeah.
Because
it's
these
important.
women and men, But these women and men are really damaged, that they feel they're used to a certain life and now they've lost it. And Harry was good at that, but now it's too full of too much about being royal and who's leading things.
All right, Angela. Well, thank you very much for that. I mean, it's said that the Prince is going to be wearing his medals and all the rest of it when he's in town. And it's a reminder, a sad reminder of what we've lost, Angela. But thank you as ever, Angela Levin there with her expert royal analysis.